What do Harold Camping and Jason Russell have in common? They're both liars, and they're both trying to steal your money. That's exactly what Kony 2012 is. It's a huge ass scam. If you've contributed money to Kony 2012, consider yourself fucked over. Consider yourself getting anally raped by Jason Russell himself. Because Kony 2012 is completely fake. Now, the reason I bring this topic up, I wouldn't have even known about it if it weren't for my CWI class. That actually is trying to get us to, not, like, our teacher's like, well, I'm not trying to get you guys to donate or anything, but, you know, I just wanted to bring awareness to this. So, there's this guy named Jason Russell. If you don't know him, okay. Now there are some people who don't know about Kony 2012. I'll tell you guys about it, because they taught us all about it in CWI class, though most of the time I spent the whole period sleeping because I didn't want to deal with that bullshit. Literally, that's what it is, by the way. So, Kony 2012 is about, apparently there's this rebel army group in Uganda who's killing innocent people and all this other shit, and it's so terrible. It's like he's apparently ranked #1 on the FBI's most wanted list, whatever, or the worst terrorist in the world or whatever. And you got to contribute money to help stop him. Well, let me ask you this: what's the money really going to? They're probably going to say the money you contribute is going to go to, it's going to give the kids clothes, a good home, some food, whatever. It's bullshit. That's not what they're using it for. They're using the money just for themselves. Now you might ask, well, what about the African kids, that are in the video? Like, we had to watch this one kid who was like, oh, I'd be better off dead, I don't even want to be alive right now. They killed my brother, and then we had to hear him cry for like a minute. And that was horrible. Excuse me. So, yeah. So, I think what happened, and maybe I'm being, paranoid or something, whatever you want to call me, but I think they paid those guys to do it. I seriously think they're paid to do it. And also, let me ask this, because this is a really good question. They claim they can't afford to go to school or anything, but how in the fuck do they know English so well? Like, they didn't even speak English. Yeah, they had like a heavy accent and stuff. How did they, and that's fine because, they're from Uganda, whatever, I expect that. But how in the fuck are they able to speak English if they can't go to school? I don't get it. Seriously, someone explain that to me. Because I don't think, I don't think that's really what happened. Also, if you still aren't convinced that Jason Russell is not a big scammer, maybe this will, and hence maybe because you might not believe me, but according to NBC San Diego, I'm going to read this. A co-founder for Invisible Children was detained in Pacific Beach on Thursday for being drunk in public and masturbating, according to the San Diego Police Department. Jason Russell, 33, was allegedly found masturbating in public, vandalizing cars, and possibly under the influence of something. According to the SDPD, he was detained at the intersection of Ingram Street and Riviera Road. An SDPD spokesperson said the man detained was acting very strange, some may say bizarre. There's a video of the statement the cops made. And then in quotes, due to the nature of the detention, he was not arrested, Lieutenant Andrew Brown said. During the evaluation, we learned we probably needed to take him to a medical facility because of the statements he was saying. So, he's pretty much an insane person. Some may call a tyrant, some may call just fucking whacked up or whatever. Police said they received several calls Thursday at 11:30 a.m. of a man in various stages of undress, running through traffic and screaming. Police described Russell as in his underwear. He allegedly took off his underwear at one point, but it was back on by the time officers arrived, said police. And there's more, too. There's a link to the full story. But that's just a little taste. So, now, another thing about Kony 2012 I could mention is Jason Russell brings his son into the video, which you might think, well, what's wrong without that? Well, he makes his son. I'm pretty sure he paid him to do it too, to act all cute, to get kids to stop to get, the younger kids, I guess, to stop Kony 2012, or the older people if they're still not convinced. Because, if you see a little kid do something, you think, oh, isn't that cute? In fact, I saw a video about, like, teams, like, I think basketball teams trading each other, and that the woman was, like, saying certain things, some stuff was making the little girl cry stuff, and you could tell it was just staged. It was, like, the acting was so bad, I wouldn't be surprised if Tommy was so directed it. But anyways, so Jason Russell getting arrested for masturbating and being acted just fucking crazy. He's a good role model for invisible children, isn't he? I mean, that's a perfect role model. I'm definitely gonna contribute money to a guy who is running around in the street naked, and a guy who's making weird statements. Yeah, that's definitely a guy you should support. Now, so yesterday, my dad was telling me, well, the Kony 2012 thing is fake, because I brought it up, and he told me it was all a big lie. And I checked out a friend of mine on Facebook's page, who coincidentally was actually somebody who worked at Color Dreams. Anyway, so this Jason Russell guy pretty much is a fucked up person, and he's stealing your money. Or he's trying to, anyways. Oh, but back to the little thing about his son or whatever. So he has a son. He shows his son like some pictures of the guy, and he's like, you know what he's doing? And the kid's like, no, what? And he's like, well, he's killing innocent children. And he said something, I don't remember. Like I said, I was sleeping most of the time. So, and then the kid makes like some kind of like face. He's like, or whatever. So But and then Jason Russell's like, I couldn't explain to my son what they were, explicitly doing to those kids, because like it would scar him, or he said something like that, or he wouldn't be able to handle it. But again, I think that kid was just paid, even his own son. I think all the people on those videos were just paid to act, and they got paid money. Now, if you don't believe me still, there's actually a Ugandan woman who says, who was explaining all this, how she even knows that it's all bullshit. And I'll put a link in the description. So you can't say I'm saying all this bad stuff about Kony 2012 because I'm racist, because I'm not. I have no problem against black people or Asians or anything, because why? I don't. So you can't say I'm racist, because that's bullshit. Then, like I said, I'll put a link in the description to this Ugandan girl's video. And she said in the video that she has family members who live in Uganda, and they haven't even mentioned Kony 2012 or anything like that. Also, it's been reported that that Joseph Kony has been reported missing for 6 years. He is suspected dead. The LRA is no longer active. Ugandans have said there are never any attacks from him. Only percent of the profits actually go to Uganda, and the rest are pure profit, and 30% is going to the corrupt government and military. I'm assuming in the U.S. I'm just reading all these facts in this little picture here. At least 2.5 billion barrels of crude oil were discovered last year. So again, Kony 2012, more like phony 2012. Like I said, all this guy's trying to do is steal your money. Whether it's make his son convince you by being all cute and shit, or having the African kids cry, or, just to give you some sympathy. It was just, it's bullshit. And like I said, our school's trying to brainwash everybody with things, with lies. These schools nowadays, they don't want you to know the truth. And like I said, the question still rings in my head. If they can't afford to go to school, how do they learn English? Like, there's got to be somebody that teaches them English. I don't get it, and I probably never will. It's as bad as the fucking movie Congo, man. I mean, it's so bad. And like I said, I'm not racist. I have no reason to be racist. So again, you can't say that, especially when a Ugandan girl herself talks about how this whole thing is a fucking fake. So before you leave your comments telling me how wrong I am, think twice. You better think twice. So anyways, so pretty much the point I'm trying to make is don't give your money to this guy. Don't contribute a single cent to Invisible Children. You'd be better off buying a copy of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because that shit is more better than this shit. At least you're paying for something. For this crap, you're not. So, thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, spread the word out. I'm not going to tell you to spread this video out because I'm not an attention seeker, but like Mr. Jason Russell. Anyways, he's trying to say. Oh, but before I go, I'm sorry. There was one last thing I forgot to mention. Oh yeah. He's trying to say that the government's not going to do anything unless you guys keep, supporting him, and, i.e., giving him your money for nothing. I gotta go, though, before this video gets too long, because if it gets too long, I won't upload. So, thanks for watching, guys, and just, spread the word out how Kony 2012 is a fake. Again, I'll put that Ugandan girl's link in the description box below. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Peace out.